Arc flash accidents can be preventable. 400 arc flash accidents happen each year in the US alone. That's one every 13 minutes. And it's no surprise that they're the leading cause of electrical fatalities. Arc flashes are dangerous and can cause severe burns, permanent disability, or even death. But arc flash accidents don't have to be inevitable. They can be prevented. Let's talk about how. First, let's get a basic understanding of what an arc flash is. An electric arc flash happens when an electric arc occurs between two electrically charged conductors or between a conductor and the ground. The arc is essentially an explosion of electricity. When an electric arc forms, it creates an intense amount of heat and light. That sudden release of energy can cause severe burns, start fires, and even cause permanent disability or death. Arc flashes are most likely to occur when working with high-voltage equipment. But keep in mind, any electrical shock can produce an arc flash, no matter the voltage. The severity of an arc flash accident depends on a number of factors, including the voltage, the amount of available current, and the duration of the arc. Here are some real-life examples of arc flash incidents. On October 2007, a fatal arc flash occurred at the Bruga Power Station in New Zealand. 2 electricians were fatally injured and a third seriously injured while working on a circuit breaker. On March 2010, 3 line workers were fatally injured when they came into contact with a power line while trimming trees near Houston. In May of 2011, 2 utility workers were fatally burned after coming into contact with a live power line in Brooklyn. And in June of 2014, a worker was killed and another seriously injured after being caught in an arc flash while working on a circuit breaker in Washington state. These are just a few examples of the hundreds of arc flash accidents that occur each year. So now that we know what an arc flash is and how serious these accidents can be, let's discuss how to prevent them. We'll break it down into 3 categories: understanding the threat, working smart, and staying safe. Now let's get started. Category 1: understanding the threat. The first step to preventing arc flash accidents is understanding the threat. This means knowing where the potential hazards are and taking steps to mitigate them. All electrical equipment has the potential to cause an arc flash, but the risk is higher with certain types of equipment. For example, equipment that operates at high voltages or that has been damaged or improperly installed. It's also important to understand the different types of arc flashes that can occur. There are 3 main types. Type 1, an arc flash that occurs between 2 conductors. Type 2, an arc flash that occurs between a conductor and a grounded surface. And Type 3, an arc flash that occurs between a conductor and the air. Each type of arc flash requires different protective measures. So it is important to understand the risks involved in working with different types of electrical equipment and the different types of arc flashes that can occur. Category 1: staying safe. The next step to preventing arc flash accidents is staying safe. This means taking the necessary precautions to protect yourself from the hazards of electrical work. The best way to stay safe when working with electricity is to use personal protective equipment or PPE. PPE includes things like rubber gloves, safety glasses, and face shields. When working on or near energized parts, it's important to wear the right PPE for the job. You should also follow safe work practices and procedures. That means following the rules for de-energizing, locking out, and tagging out equipment before working on it. It also means having a coworker or supervisor nearby who can help in case of an emergency. Proper training is also essential. All electrical workers should receive training on how to safely work with electricity. This includes training on how to use PPE, how to follow safe work procedures, and how to respond in an emergency. Category 1: working smart. The final step to preventing arc flash accidents is working smart. That means planning ahead and taking steps to minimize the risk of an arc flash before it happens. The best way to do this is to inspect and maintain electrical equipment regularly. This will help you identify potential problems and make repairs before an arc flash can occur. It's also important to understand electrical safety codes and standards. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for the safe installation and use of electrical equipment. The American National Standards Institute, or ANSI, also publishes standards for electrical safety. By understanding and following these codes and standards, you can help ensure that your equipment is safe and that you're working safely. Using the right tools and technology can also help prevent arc flashes. There are a number of devices and tools available that can help identify potential hazards, such as infrared cameras and voltage testers. Now let us take a closer look at some of the ways you can apply these steps to real-life situations. Let's say you're an electrician and you're working on a circuit breaker. You know that this equipment has the potential to cause an arc flash, so you take steps to mitigate the risk. First, you put on the appropriate PPE, including rubber gloves and safety glasses. You then follow safe work procedures to de-energize and lock out the circuit breaker. Before working on it, you also check the circuit breaker for any signs of damage or wear and tear. After taking these precautions, you're ready to begin working on the circuit breaker. If you notice any problems while you're working, you immediately stop and take the necessary corrective action. Let's look at another example. You're a line worker and you're trimming trees near power lines. You know that there's a potential for an arc flash, so you take the necessary precautions. First, you and your crew inspect the power lines for any signs of damage or wear. You then follow safe work procedures to de-energize and lock out the power lines before working near them. You also make sure that all equipment and tools are properly insulated. As you're trimming the trees, you keep a safe distance from the power lines and you never touch the lines with any metal object. If you notice any problems, you immediately stop and notify your supervisor. Arc flashes are a serious hazard for anyone who works with electricity. But by following these simple steps, you can help prevent accidents from happening. Remember to stay alert, follow safety procedures, and always assume that electricity is dangerous. One last thing to keep in mind is that not all arc flashes are visible. Sometimes they can happen without warning. That is why it is important to be aware of the potential for an arc flash at all times when working with electricity. By following these tips and staying vigilant, you can help keep yourself and others safe from the dangers of arc flashes. Thanks for watching. We hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. We'd love to hear from you, and if you're interested in learning more about electrical safety, be sure to check out our other videos. We have a ton of great information that can help keep you and your crew safe on the job. Thanks again for watching. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
So now, a bit about me. My name is Mike L., and I am an experienced electrical engineer who has worn many hats, holding key roles in projects, engineering, planning, operations, asset management, maintenance, and field resources development. I design and pioneer engineering solutions to propel the utility and energy industry forward. My passion within the industry has also driven me to develop educational materials for the new generation of utility and energy professionals. The knowledge I teach is not only based on my own experience within the power utility industry, but also on knowledge gaps identified by other professionals in the field. Learning from me will provide you with the comprehensive, fundamental knowledge you need to kickstart your professional career in the utility industry. If you are interested in what I have to teach, check out my courses at Udemy and connect with me on LinkedIn, X, and Facebook. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe this video. Bye for now.